You may or may not know this, but there's an Amish village in Florida, in Sarasota, Florida, and they have a famous restaurant called Yoder, and they also have a market, and that's why I'm taking you today because I've been to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and their pies are delicious, but I've never tried their food. So we're going to Yoder's and see what else they have at the market, and of course we're gonna get some pies. Very excited. So this is the Amish village in Sarasota. I see the gift shop. When you pull up, there's a few parking spaces in front of the restaurants. When you go back here, there's a ton of parking spaces. So this is a gift shop, and honestly there's nothing interesting in there, just kind of like souvenirs, soaps, and like honey, jam, the same things you can find at the market, which is over there at the yellow building. We'll go into there later, but when you come into a restaurant, you'll see a couple of books, Amish cookbooks, which you can buy if you like. Here's the menu. I think the prices here are so good. It's so affordable, and the portions are huge. I'm gonna get the country fried steak, $15.95. That's such a good price. They also have daily specials. They have like burgers, but you know, if you come to an Amish restaurant, you gotta order the Amish food. And the pie list, I think $7.95 for a slice of pie is a little bit pricey, and these are the slices you can choose, or you can get a flight, which is what I got, the little cups. This is the inside. I didn't want to film too much inside because there's kind of a lot of people. So first they bring bread and butter, and we also ordered a chili to try. For me personally, it was a little too sweet. Here's the chili.
Yeah.
Very tasty. The meat is very grounded down. It's a little bit sweet too.
Tender and green.
Right here, what is this? Oh, that's cream. This is homemade apple butter. I'm gonna try a little bit, and if it's good, you can actually buy it at the store. Oh, wow. That's really good. Really sweet, but really delicious. My mom got the half chicken, and these come with two sides. She got mashed potato and a coleslaw. And here's mine. I got mashed potato and the hot peach filling, which is basically just the pie filling. So it's almost like dessert. Here's the steak fried. Wow. It's really good. Super hot. It's really, really good. So I have the same gravy, but my mom has this like yellow gravy, which kind of tastes like garlicky. I like it, this one better. And then these apples, they're sweet, they're persimmon. Basically a pie filling. So here's your dessert. This was basically a little pie by itself, super delicious, perfect for dessert. Thank you. And we're gonna get the chicken breast to go. Coleslaw is really good, tasty too. That's like homemade, so it's way better than any other restaurants I've ever had so far. So much food. This was the best fried steak I've ever had, and I think the meat might have been like grounded or maybe just like very well beaten, but it was like super tender, super soft. Really good for old people who have trouble chewing. So, and I have Invisalign right now, so my teeth hurt, so this was perfect for me. The chicken for me was a little under seasoned, but very nicely deep fried. But I would like more seasoning on it for my taste. And our total, we got also like ton desserts. I am gonna try the desserts at the end of this video, but for dessert we got pecan pie, shoe-fly pie, which I've always wanted to try, and finally it's here. And this was the flight, a peanut butter, a butterscotch, and a strawberry. Now let's go into the market. It says fresh Florida produce, but I think there's like a some produce, but it's more like their homemade stuff. Like you'll see soup here, a ton of jams, honey. I got the honey, it was so good, and we also got a couple of jams too. But here are the soups that you can buy and like preheat at home. Sodas, I mean that's basic, but the cheeses, good selection of cheese. I think there was also some cold cuts, and this is desserts that they make. It says Yoder's on top, and they also have Amish coffee in the back here, which you can actually buy in a cup. Over here we have a 50% off section. Well, sometimes you can find some good stuff over there, but these, oh my goodness, they look so good. I mean, the licorice kind of looks very generic. Cookies. These like cookie bags, they were almost $5 for 2 or 3 cookies. I think it's a little bit overpriced just because I know how much it costed to make those cookies. But anyways, they might be good. Pasta section, popcorn section, and they also have pickles on the side. They had one single pickle floating around, and we bought a couple of things. Few hours later, I have the desserts here. Okay, the first one is gonna be the pecan pie. Beautiful. I noticed it's mostly like filling and then the pecan pie on top. Such a mess back here. I'm in the process of moving. Just don't look. The filling is sweet, almost kind of caramelly like. To be honest, I enjoyed this much more in Pennsylvania because the pecans were mixed into the filling. This is kind of just like very separated. It's mostly like just the jelly filling and then there's some crumbles of pecans on top. But the dough is pretty nice. It's still pretty good. Not the best pecan pie I've ever had. The next one is I thought it's called choufle pie, but the girl said it's choufle pie. This is something I've been wanting to try for years. I know it's like traditional in Pennsylvania for like for Thanksgiving, but I've never seen it anywhere else, and I didn't want to make it. I didn't want to make it because I was afraid if I make it on my own, it's not gonna come out the same. So I need to try it and see what it's like before I make it, so then I can compare to, like, if mine turn out as it should. So this is something I've been wanting to try for so long. So the main filling on this is like molasses and flour, basically. I have no idea what I'm supposed to taste. Probably like something sweetness. There's an intense flavor to it. Are there nuts in here or is just mixed in with the flour? Sugary. No, it has like, there's a taste to it. It's almost like caramel, but not caramel. More like a slightly burnt sugar, but like caramelly, but not caramel. It's a very interesting flavor. I feel like if you took this to a potluck, no one would ask you for the recipe because it tastes good, but it's not something wow. Okay, the next one is the pie fly. I love that they have this because this way I can try multiple pies in one because their pies are huge. Next time I'm gonna go, I'm just gonna try one big one because now I know if they're gonna taste good or not. So the first one is gonna be the butterscotch. Doesn't really smell like anything. It has a very mild butterscotch flavoring. This tells me that they're not overloading it with a ton of butterscotch extract, which is a good thing. Super mild. It's tasty, but I would not get the big one. I think the pecan pie tasted better than this, but this tastes better than the choufle. Yeah, I want to try the coconut next time, like the big one. Okay, next one is the fresh strawberry, super jelly-ish. So the strawberry is fresh cut strawberries mixed with the pie filling jello that has a slight strawberry flavor. Now, I cannot tell if this is like the canned filling, but it's not. I think canned fillings have way stronger strawberry flavor than this. So maybe the jello is made from scratch, not sure. It has a very mild strawberry flavor to it on the whole thing. I like it. The last one is, I think, their most popular one. It's the peanut butter cream peanut butter pie. I was looking at pictures for reviews, and almost everyone orders this. So it smells really good. So I had to try this one. It kind of looks like there's custard in it and some peanut squirrels and little stuff. So weird. I do think, I know the menu said that everything is made from scratch, but like, we know that restaurants often say that, but they don't actually mean it. Like sometimes they buy like a portion of the thing in store ready, but this creamy filling is nothing, there's nothing comparison to anything you can find in a store. Like this has to be homemade for real. The texture is something that you make at home. So I do think this is all homemade. It is delicious. I really like this one. There's little bits of peanut in it there too. I loved this restaurant. My food was so good. I'm definitely gonna go back and order the same dish, the fried steak. It was so delicious, perfectly spiced, just the way I like it. Mashed potatoes were so good. But next time I'm not gonna order the cinnamon apple thing, because that's literally by itself just dessert. I'll try probably the fried okra. But I loved this restaurant, so good. Pies, you know, and butterscotch, you can skip on that too. The fresh strawberries were all right, pretty good, not too bad. The peanut was really good too. Choufly, it was good, but I think this specific pie, it's okay to try once. So yeah, I really like this restaurant, and if you're in Sarasota, definitely stop by because their food is pretty good and everything is made from scratch. So double thumbs up.